Hey, g'day people, it's Matt here again from Mattcast. Hope you guys are going well. So I did attempting to do the live stream yesterday, and I wasn't really happy with the quality of the visuals. So I've been playing around with it all morning, trying to figure out how to get these kind of visuals a little bit better, and just thought I'd go on again and see if the few adjustments that I made looks a little bit better. I've also decided to add a little bit of music that will kind of play in the background, so if it sounds too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down. But my idea, this is the idea, is what I want to do is I want to actually mute the video when I turn on the Dremel, and hopefully then I'll remember to unmute it when I start talking. So hopefully we'll get some viewers on here very shortly, but needless to say, I'm just going to carry on with this carving and see how it goes. If there's nobody watching, it doesn't matter. Hi Linda, how you going? So I thought what I would do is I would do this again, and I've tried to make a few adjustments with sort of like the video quality. I think you can actually see the carving a little bit better now. And I've put in some background music, so when I do the carving, you don't get the horrible sound of the Dremel, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the eyes are looking pretty cool, apart from that one. So, yeah, it's always hard to sort of like do the second one because you've done the first one. But, yeah, so let me know if that music in the background is annoying. What I'll do some carving now, and I'll put that music on. Just give me a comment if you can hear the music and how loud the music is. So, here we go. I think it might be, Linda. I'll just check. Because I have sort of like music that is sort of like I buy, and so that's all good. Oh, g'day, Mike. How you going? Just trying out the live stream with a few different kind of things, like music in the background. Trying to mute out that horrible sound of the Dremel. Just check on that music. I think it is. It won't tell me what it is actually. So yeah. But I get all of my music off Artlist, and so you sort of like pay a subscription, and they sort of do. You can use the music on whatever you want. So I thought I would try that, and like I like listening to classical music, but I don't know anything about classical music. So it's sort of. But what I find is it's not offensive, and so if I play like heavy metal, I'm sure some people would like it, and I would probably like it too, but it's more of just a background noise that you kind of want, just a light background noise there. So you can sort of see I was starting to put in the cheek there, and this sort of like area, I quite like leaving the other side of the face for sort of like teaching purposes, so you can sort of see what I've done. So you can sort of see that I brought that further down and into the mustache here a little bit more, and it starts sort of making the face look a little bit more like a face, sort of like this one here. Actually, I kind of think, I'm starting to think that all my wood spirits are starting to look the same, but that's okay. Apart from this one, I'll show you this one. Just give me a second. Okay. I love this little witchy poo. And so what I enjoyed about this witch is I made the eye kind of bigger on one side and smaller on that side, and the nose has got a real good overhang, so it gives you sort of like a real sort of practice of just doing out of the box kind of things, because you'll find, I don't know, I find sort of like all the wood spirits that you do, unless you really sort of like go from the beginning on changing the expression, it's going to kind of look very similar. So like we've got this one here, and we've got this one here. Everyone knows somebody who looks like that, Lynn. Yeah, so they all start kind of looking the same. So yeah, I always remember, maybe I'll show my age here, but that program Puffin Stuff, and the Magic Flute, I think it was, that scared me when I was a kid. I just couldn't handle that. Maybe I think there was a sort of like a green witch in that. So, well, look at that. It's trying to focus. I was quite proud of that wart. HR Puffin Stuff, that's right. Yeah, I couldn't stand that program. I like to watch it, but it gave me nightmares. Witchy Poo, yep. Okay. I think they were all on LSD when they made that. It was sort of like very, sort of, I think it was early 70s, well, maybe late 70s, late 60s. things, maybe that program, but yeah, it scared me. Right, I'm going to carry on with doing a little bit more carving, and we'll work on the cheek a little bit more, and maybe the mustache. You can sort of see I'm starting to put in the eyebrow as well. Yeah, yeah, it gives you away sometimes, TV programs. I know that. Okay, we'll start the. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's probably concentrate on mouths again. Would I quite like this mouth on this lady? Quite cool. But yeah. So what I find with mouths is I always like to go kind of like straight across and see how it goes from there. And I find if you do sort of like a curve and it looks like the wood spirit's kind of whistling, but straight across seems to work quite well. And it's more about sort of like taking that kind of stuff below it out and just leaving that, and then take out a little bit above it as well. So, g'day Mark, how you going? Yeah, back again. I'm giving this live another go. I think I've sort of sorted out the, it's not so blurry today, and I'm also trying a little bit of music as well. I'll give you a sneak peek on what I am going to be doing next. I just got to adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, so I had a friend come around, and he is organising a exhibition, and he gave me this, and this is like a piece off a chair. And so he's given all of these artists bits of the chair. So a lot of people are going to paint on the parts of the chair, like the back of the chair and all of that. He's given me this, and what this is, what wood this is, you can kind of like tell if you look here where the sun hasn't got it, and maybe there's still a little bit of varnish on it. This is mahogany. So mahogany originally kind of like looks like this. It's a nice, rich, dark color. And I haven't actually carved much mahogany. I tend to make jewelry out of it, but I haven't carved much. So what I'm going to do is what I want to do is I want to do sort of like a face at this end and a dragon at this end, with a flame coming along here. So, and I've drawn this as the person. So, and maybe some houses behind them as well. So, yeah, the hard thing about this is doing it on here is you've got to, like, it would be cool to do the whole person, but because it's not very big, it's hard to get the person all in, because you really kind of want the facial features to show. So I've just chosen to sort of like do that part there. So I think it will look quite cool, and sort of like the hair flying back like that. So it'll be kind of like a mix of 3D and 2D, sort of like these kind of like that dragon there. And I always find it's actually sometimes the hardest kind of to get your head around, because you kind of got to go into the wood so far and around the nose and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, relief carving. I'll be relieved when it's over, I'll tell you that. So yeah, I'm going to put that on there. Haven't done the dragon side of it yet, but kind of wanting a sort of one that kind of has sort of like a Celtic, more of a Celtic design with the legs going up and down. You know what I mean, Mark? So that's what I'm doing next. Hopefully, I'm not quite sure when I'm going to get another video out. So I'll carry on with this for a little bit longer. So you can sort of see me there. I was putting in the, I was putting in the mustache and sort of like, and then getting that cheek and getting it to come down like this. You sort of always sort of like want that cheek to sort of, well, want that side of the face to sort of go in a little bit where the eyes are, and then kind of sort of come out slightly and then down. That's supposed to be like the cheekbone there. you could make that a little bit more pronounced. Sort of on this one, it's there. Yeah, I'd say so. You wouldn't want to sit on one. Although some birds would be more painful than others, Linda, I'd say. Right. Okay, so I will carry on carving and yeah, so I'll just put on some music and carry on carving. And if I see you asking any questions, I'll maybe just leave it a bit and then I will answer them after I've done a little bit more on this carving. Oh yeah, so that was Mark's carvings. I just saw him ask about those. And there's videos on those a long time ago on their channel. So they're getting, I just tend to sort of like smooth things out for quite a while. And yeah. So Larry, yeah, I'm reading your thing. You're having a few troubles on taking your time and wanting to get it done. Yeah, I know what you mean, because what I like to do is, especially when I'm making a video, is to get things finished and get the video out, because I try and do a video a week. And it's the same, kind of the same with carving. I always think, I've always had the idea I like to finish things in one day. But maybe what a good thing to do is to still do that, but have a few carvings on the go as well. So these carvings here, I aren't really too worried about what the finished product kind of looks like, because they probably should have been started off in a little bit longer wood, so I could sort of like put a head on there or something like that. It probably just about do it, but like there's a little bit missing there on the top, so I can't really finish this with a head. It would still look pretty cool, but what I like about doing these ones is it's good for instructions for you guys, but it's also teaching me as well, and it doesn't put me under sort of like a lot of pressure to do a really great job on something, and I can just work on one side and leave this other side just to sort of like to show you sort of how it sort of evolves, sort of where the eye sort of like goes from this to this. I think when it comes to learning carving, it is a slow process, but like I think a lot of people maybe try and bite off too much. Oh, hey Tish, how you going? So yeah, I sort of think when you're carving, you don't want to sort of like rush into things. You sort of maybe want to try sort of like, even though this looks really complicated, like this carving here, these are quite semi-easy to do, these kind of carvings, because they're all on a flat plane, and it is a matter of just sort of like putting the pattern on and then going around the pattern. And even easier than those are sort of like ones like this, where you don't have any sort of like unders and overs or anything like that. So, and you can sort of make them look really cool. You can sort of like buy those kind of cheap boxes and put them on those. They make pretty cool presents and all of that. So, and you can do words, you can do letters in them and all of that. It's not blood, it's wood dye. And it's real simple stuff like this. Yeah, just a flower, and you can just sort of like print something off Google and then put it on. And these ones here, and these are all on my YouTube channel on how I did these. So this is an eagle. So and what's good about like these ones, these are before the Celts came along, there were the Picts, and I can't remember quite when in English history, but they were known as the painted people, and they carved on rocks, but they used quite, well, not simple kind of patterns, but sort of beautiful patterns, but they weren't sort of like going unders and overs like the Celtic patterns do. So they look really old world and all of that. So I really like those kind of patterns as well, and they're super easy to do. Like these are only going to take you a little while, and then you can sort of like paint them or put varnish on them. Yeah, lots of comments coming in now. I'll have to read them and keep up with them. Okay, what do we got? Hi Jim, how you going? Hey Buster, yes, I stream again. Not streak, stream. So, and yeah, Mike. Yeah, it's kind of like quite an Egyptian style kind of carving. The Egyptians, if you remember, they didn't really carve in 3D. They used flat planes, and even they're sort of like they had that real unique way of doing sort of like a flat plane of the face, so the eye wasn't sort of like that. It was sort of like facing you, but the nose was going out, that kind of stuff. Yeah, they were quite cool. Yeah, so I thought I've been trying to master it, and I think that's pretty clear. So this is on the free version of StreamYard, and I've decided to put music in the background because when I turn on the Dremel, I mute it so people don't have to listen to a whiny Dremel. I'm still getting used to talking to myself. It's kind of quite odd. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they did a lot of relief. Well, all those hieroglyphics and all of that, they were cool. Yeah. And I think when you can sort of go into Google and you can sort of like copy them, and then you can do them on something, and you kind of feel like you're carving back into history, you know. It's sort of like it gives you a bit more of an appreciation of what they did. You know, you don't have to go to the museum to see something. You can make it yourself and look at it. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm only, I don't know a lot about the Egyptians, really, to be honest. Yes, mute is your friend. If only it worked in real life as well. There's some people that I'd like to mute. I don't mean that horribly, I just sort of mean, you know what I mean. So yeah, and also like, I love these old medieval kind of carvings as well. Maybe I've screwed them on here now. But this is the medieval chess pieces, the Lewis chess pieces. And they were in Harry Potter, and they were found in the kind of 11th century, I think. And they were quite unique because all of them sort of had like quite unique facial features, kind of comical in a way. And I did the king as well. I think I did a knight somewhere. I'm sure I did the knight. No, yes, I did this knight as well. They're quite cool. I did these in oak. Originally, like the whoever carved these originally, back in, I don't know, a few thousand years ago, or whenever they were done in walrus tusks. So that would have been quite hard because walrus tusks are like ivory, and they'd be hollow in the middle, so you couldn't like carve too deep in them. Okay, so maybe I'll do just a little bit more on this and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so back on with the mute, sorry. Talk amongst yourself. And I'll keep an eye on the comments and see what's happening, and if anyone's got any burning questions, just put them in there and I'll get back to them. Okay, right. I'll just have a look back on the comments, see what everyone's been saying. Oh, you've been writing quite a bit. Yeah, so I get my music from Artlist, and so that's a paid subscription deal. I know it's sort of like it's pretty good. It's not like 100%, but out of like, I don't know, 50 songs that I've used, I've had strikes on 2 of them. Well, not strikes, what do they call them? Well, strike, a claim. So a claim is different from a strike, and virtually it's another person just claiming that it's their song, and then you've got to dispute it, blah, blah. So, which is not as bad as a strike. So with these live videos too, I don't monetize these live videos because you don't really have the same amount of views on them, so you're never really going to make that much money. So you're probably not going to get a claim on them. And because it's artless, I would say you wouldn't get a strike on these either. Oh, g'day, Alan. How you going? Just letting you know, just getting into power carving and bought some crap burrs from eBay, but where is a good place to get quality burrs from? A source would be appreciated. Well, I get mine, well, okay, so I get mine from Cutzel. If you go into one of my main videos, it's not a very good example because it's all covered in fur. You go into one of my main videos, I show you, so like in the description, there's a Cutzel link, and so you can go and follow that Cutzel link, which will give you 5% off. If you're in the US, Alan, I believe they have free shipping, which is nice because usually shipping is sometimes more expensive than the actual burr. So Cutzel is a very good brand, and diamond burrs you can afford to go a little bit cheaper on. I've got some links in there on diamond burrs. I do use Dremel burrs as well. A lot of people don't, but I use them very sparingly. I think they're very good quality, but like if you use the cutter burrs from Dremel a lot, they will dull pretty quickly. Yeah, so just go and have a look in my videos. And the music's got a bit louder, has it? No. They do actually have other music actually on StreamYard as well. I'll put some on, eh? Might be terrible. Oh, that's pretty easy. It's easy listening. Right, okay, what was that to? Alan, you're in Aussie. Yeah, no. Well, don't worry about getting it from the US. Go on to Carbatech. I'll write that down for you. There's a place, because I'm in New Zealand, and Carbatech, can't remember if there's an H in it or not, so I don't know, it'll be Carbatech, whatever you use in Oz. And just go into Carbatech, and so they will have Cutzel burrs. That's what you're after. And what I use mainly, best to get is the 1/8, if you're using a Dremel, the 1/8 flame burr extreme. And my other favorite burr is the fine taper burr. But yeah, just have a look on my videos and you'll see which ones I use the most. Okay, what else have we got? Okay. Oh. Okay. Just reading all about that. And Jim, the best time to start is in 2016. Oh yeah, I didn't see the previous comment, but I'm probably presuming that Jim wants to start a video, like a YouTube channel or something. Yeah, I don't know, just start uploading videos. That's what everybody tells you. Nobody's going to watch at the start anyway. You got to, like, I've been at it for like 2 years and sort of it's still a struggle. And you don't get rich, no matter what people tell you, especially with wood carving. I probably make, how much do I make a month? In ad revenue, I get about 230 New Zealand dollars, which is probably 180 American dollars. So if you break that down, I might get like $5 for spending a day of carving and making a video. But so you got to do it because you love it. If you're doing it for the money, you're just not going to last. And yeah, it's quite hard putting it all together. It's sort of like you guys only see sort of like the tail end of it. But yeah, editing and all of that kind of stuff and technical problems. You should be a doctor with that writing, Matt. Oh, I thought it was quite good. You reckon? I was actually a scientist before I left doing that. I worked in microbiology. Yeah, thanks, Buster. Yeah, hit the like button. That would be much appreciated. Yeah, Buster, you got it right. Like, if you don't enjoy making the content, you're not going to last long because it's hard work. You know, that like some of the videos that I edit can take like 6 hours to edit, and even then I'm not really happy with them. But yeah, it's takes a long time to do anything. I really appreciate, you know, appreciate people when they sort of recognize that as well. You know, a lot of people sort of don't really realize, and they'll just leave comments saying, "Oh, can you not do this in your video," or something like that. And it's sort of like, oh, I just spent like hours making that video. But I'm going off topic here. So I've reached another hour, and I'm not sure why an hour is the time to stop, but it seems to always work out. Anyway, I'll just talk about this for a little bit. So you just saw me putting in the bed hairs, and I put them in with mainly with those sort of bowl kind of the diamond bits like that. And you can buy those off Amazon. If you look sort of like on some of my videos, there will be a link there. And you can actually get like, I think, not all in here, but I think I got like 13 of them, all different sizes, all that kind of stuff. And they were quite cheap. I think they were about $11 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but you know, around that price range. And I found them very, very handy for especially like those kind of like grooves like that. And you might have seen me, and I was putting in the top of the eyelids with them. Really, really handy burrs. really, really good for sort of like softer woods. You could use it in harder woods, but you kind of run the risk of burning the wood. Okay, so what have we got here? It's really hard. Yeah, you have to just keep on making videos. I think consistency is the key if you want to make progress on YouTube, and sort of like never giving up. And I'm slowly getting there. I think now is harder to get noticed on YouTube, maybe because there's just so many people on there now. I'm not quite sure, but I've never had a breakout video. Like, I've never had a video that's gone sort of viral or anything like that. All my videos, like the most I've had is 35,000 views, but that's like over a very long time, and that was on a short. You know, and some people, you know, they're getting like 250,000 views for wood spirits and all of that, and that's all good. That's cool. It sort of gives me hope that maybe one day, one day I'll get there. But yeah, it's fun. I like teaching, and I like the comments, and like making friends on YouTube. So this is kind of why I'm into it. So, and it would be nice to make a little bit more money, but you know, we'll just carry on carving and making videos. So I will see you again, and I think this video format was a lot better today. Oh, thanks, Alan. Yeah. Yeah, it's a downdraft table. There's actually a video on my YouTube channel. If you go through it, I think it's called This Table Sucks. And it's not essential to have a downdraft table, but it is nice. And if you've got a shop vac, you can sort of like make it out of that. Or if you've got more dust extracting kind of things in your workshop or whatever, you can even make them out of that. Yeah, 2016, eh? You could probably just put, you know, just a simple wood spirit on there, and you'll probably get 100,000 views or something like that. So that's when all the biggest YouTubers started then. Yeah, as usual, I am late to the party. But, you know, like you said as well, you know, if you don't start then, the next best time is now. So, and yeah, commenting is always helps out too. Yeah, thanks, Linda. And we will see you next time. Okay, bye everybody. Have a great day.